What's going on, everybody? We couldn't go that long on the channel without talking about wedges. Today we're going to talk about how you can control your distance wedges like a pro. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, Scott Owen coming at you. We are out here at Stony Creek. We're going to talk some wedges. And you'll notice we talk a ton about wedges on the channel because honestly, they are so important. And to me, they're a ton of fun. It's where you can put the ball close to the hole, make some birdies, and be able to maybe hole one out. Who knows? It might be something that helps you out in that regard. So one of the biggest things though is you have to learn how to control your distance wedges. And so you're never gonna, it's so rare that you have like a perfect number for a wedge. So we have to have a variety of ways to cover a bunch of different yardages as we go through our swing. So there are a variety of ways you can do this. You can control your speed, control the length of swing, but I wanna give you a way that I grew up with, and it worked really, really well for me as I was growing up because to be honest, I didn't get like a sand wedge or a lob wedge. I think I got a sand wedge in like my sophomore year of high school. I've been playing a ton already by then, and I got a lob wedge like maybe senior year or something. But I only had a pitching wedge for the longest time. And the reason I was able to get away with that was because I knew how to really take yardage off. I could take a ton of yardage off my shots as I went through to hit them. And the way I did it was I would actually control where I was gripping on the golf club. Okay, so what I would do is, let's say here, I'm gonna hit a full one. Let's just go ahead and get it and get some yardage here. Okay, early morning, a little cooler day, so we'll see what we get. 136.5 in the air with that pitching wedge. Okay, so that's pretty normal for me, right around 135, 140 for me. So what I can do now is, the other thing I want to look at is the height as we go through that shot. Okay, so height was 83 feet there as we go through that one. Okay, so what I can do now is, as I go through to hit my wedges, if I want to start bringing down the yardage, what I can do is actually start choking up on the golf club. It has the same effect if I was to go ahead and say, all right, switch from an 8-iron to a 9-iron. The golf club is shorter. The shaft is also going to get a little stiffer, so it's not going to kick as much as I go. And then I can just swing the same speed. I don't have to take anything off of this club. So I'm going to choke down about a 1/2 inch. And let's go ahead. I'm going to hit a full shot. Okay. So there it goes. Let's get, first off, let's check that height since we're here. 58 feet, 59 feet. And that ball went 120 yards. So I would call that maybe even a 3/4 of an inch there is what I choked down on it. And then I could keep going even more. Let's say, all right, hey, I wanted to hit one and go even shorter. I'm gonna grip down, so I'm basically right at the edge of the grip. Okay, and let's see what we get. You can see how low I am here to this bottom of the grip. Let's go ahead. And there we go. There's the shot coming out. See here, distance, that went down to 115 as I go. So I knocked off, a few more yards off of that one. So height went down to 40 feet, 41 feet as we go. So I can start taking my yardages down. Now, back in those days, I would start doing some punchy type shots and I would do some cuts and stuff. But this nowadays, you have more clubs and you can apply this same system to it. So what I would do is just get 3 different, positions on the grip. How far is this ball gonna go when I move my hands up and down the grip? I've heard some theories, if you go a 1/2 inch down, that's gonna take off 10, or, to me, I find that it's pretty different for everybody. You can see I moved 3/4 of the way down and I lost, 20 yards or so. And then I moved really, really far down the grip and I only lost an additional 5. So it kind of depends on where you're at and what you're doing, but it's a way to start keeping your swing. You can consistently swing the same power level, but you can start affecting how far that ball goes. Now, word to the wise, when you do that, I brought up the height part because as you do this, this will adjust how high the ball goes. As I'm stiffening up the golf shaft, as I'm making these swings with a choked up swing, that ball is going to come out lower, which also is very helpful if you're playing into the wind. Stuff to keep in mind. I want to lower the ball flight, but do keep that in mind, because if you're trying to carry something, have it stop quick, then you got to be aware of how this is going to affect your ball flight. All right, so that is a great way though to start adjusting how far you hit these wedges, so you don't have to adjust your swing. You can always do that part too, but this one's a little simpler. And again, I like that idea of being able to kind of hit at it and see what you get. So if you have questions about it, comments, please leave a comment in the description down below. And as always, check out our Impact Crash Course. We will have that in the description as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Click that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already. Peace.